Hi, Shell.
And hello to all you other wonderful weirdos watching.
So, the dragon book tag. I was tagged by A.T. Pennington from the YouTube channel Away with Words. Thank you very much for tagging me. And I've discovered I really can't get tagged. I have a problem with the mechanic of getting tagged. It's like they can't get the @ to work. So both tags I've been tagged in have this issue, so I don't know what is wrong with it. I don't know. I've tried to look it up. I have come across no information about why this happens, just that I can't do it. That I can't be tagged. Oh well, it's fine. But this tag looks so cool. It's originated by Elaine from Cobalt Dragon, which frigging awesome name. So the first prompt: the Hobbit, Smaug loved gold and shiny things. What book or series you enjoyed features gold, shiny items, or has a shiny cover? Okay, so I've kind of just recently read The Sunrise on the Reaping, and gold does have... So gold has quite the significance in the Hunger Games series. The Hunger Games pin, the Mockingjay pin that Katniss Everdeen has, comes up, and in Catching Fire, when she's put back into the arena, Ify Trinket does this thing where we could be the gold team. Katniss's pin is gold, my hair is gold, and I wanted some gold for you boys. Haymitch, the mentor, and Peter, the other tribute. And what it becomes is they give the bracelets to other people in the Alliance to signify to Katniss that these gold bracelets signify who can be trusted. And so it becomes the symbol of, I can trust you within these books. But in this, it becomes quite deadly, this meaning of gold. And I just want to bring up this giant bear-sized porcupine, because during the games they have these thing called mutts, which is a mutation created by capital scientists. And there's this one particular porcupine creation that the quills on this creature are gold, silvery bronze, very shiny, and this arena is designed to like be breathtakingly beautiful, including the creatures trying to kill the tributes. And this porcupine is just a really good example of that, because of the quills are coated in venom, and when they get stuck into you, they will unleash this deadly toxin that just you need a cure for. And so gold plays quite a significant part no matter which book you are reading. But yeah, it just continues to be brought up, and I do very much enjoy this series. I just thought I'd bring it up because I don't think I'll probably mention it in my review. I'm kind of procrastinating on talking about, because this book traumatized me on the way out. But I would like to bring up the Catching Fire, where gold starts to be a significance in the plot. Other than that, I have quite a few shiny covers. I mean, my Lord of the Rings. I have a shiny cover with gold on it as well. And I kind of cover bought this, which is a different prompt, but I bought this not realizing it's the 4th book in a series, but it's very shiny. Another shiny book I have is this one, the 4th book in the Power of the Five series. Whoa, I do love that kind of shiny effect when it comes to my books. So this is Necropolis, the 4th book in the series of Power of the Five. I read this back when I was a teen, so yeah. I think all of the books that I have, except the 5th one, do have this shiny effect, but the skull on this just gives that level of eeriness to it in a way, and it's really cool. I suppose I kind of like that beautiful but creepy or deadly vibe to it. Next up, prompt 2 is Dancing with Dragons. Dragons and cats go together. Do you have cats? A favourite book or series that features cats? I do not have a cat. I'm a dog person, but that's primarily down to the fact that I am highly allergic to cats. This is something I inherited off my dad. But as for a book that I really enjoyed that and features cats, I'm going to try and feature something else. I'm going to try and feature something else per prompt. But the cat is a character in this trilogy. The cat is a character in this trilogy. There is no mistaking it. I mean, it's just another mouth for Katniss to feed, so she tries and drown it at the very beginning, but decides to put up with it because her sister really wants the cat. So this cat is really vicious against Katniss, but at the very end is such an emotional beat. Especially when Katniss is trying to break the news to the cat. Oh, I cried. But I'm going to pick A Man Called Uva because, and you can even see the cat on the cover. So this is the first book I read of Bachman's and I enjoyed it. It was so funny. It's just about this grumpy old man whose wife has passed away and he's just trying to gear up to join her, unfortunately. It is tackling that as a heavy topic, but at the same time, his new neighbours keep foiling his plans in such daft ways, and he even gets into a fight with a clown in a hospital. It's hilarious, this book. Oh, and the cat in it. There's even a character who's didn't know he was allergic to cats until he got a rash from holding the cat. And it becomes like, you gotta save this cat's life because it was out in the snow, and so they're trying to like warm up the cat. Prompt 3. Dragonology. What crafts or hobbies do you enjoy? Do you have books about crafts and hobbies? Oh, give me. I'm not here for the pens. I keep my crocheting hooks. So I've got some crocheting hooks in with my pens because they're easy to grab. Yeah, I do like crocheting. All my crocheting projects are packed away, and I'm just realizing I should probably also point out I don't say crocheting like this everybody else on the internet that I've heard. I don't know why. It's just something that ended up happening. I don't have any books on crocheting, but it's more of a winter type hobby. So once September hits, I'll probably dig out all of my crocheting projects again. I've got this giant blue blanket, this giant red blanket, and I'm even crocheting like bags with colourful wool that I just like fold the corners in, and I put a book in the bag and hand it to my niece. So yeah, it's just one of those things that I do. And it's just something to like do as I'm watching Star Trek or any other films that I'm currently in the middle of. So yeah, I do like crocheting. And my other hobby that is already known on here because I did try to do it, I'm trying to improve my skills, is art. And I do have quite a few books on that, but these are the main ones. I just recently bought this one just to help me with watercolour because trees are difficult. Yeah. I do have these. I barely even like open the books. I just kind of have them just in case I do pick them up. And I do like, because I went to art university because I wanted to learn more about my hobby that I like poured myself into. I barely do it as much as I want to, but it is what it is. But yeah, I do like drawing and I do like painting. I have a painting on the go at the minute because I'm commissioned by a friend at work to do a painting with dinosaurs for her bands. So I do like a good painting. To link it back to dragons in particular, I do have a how to draw and paint dragons, which goes into like types of dragons, how to get the facial structures, the anatomy of dragons. So yeah, tying that particular hobby into dragons, quite easy. So prompt 4, dragon art. Do I have a favourite artist? Books featuring artists. Answers can be about any type of artists, musicians, authors, painters, etc. So my favourite artist is somebody who I went all the way to the Tate Liverpool to see their work displayed on the very top floor. Quite a lovely exhibition they had, and it was all about Leonora Carrington. Her work is heavily inspired by the culture of Mexico and the Day of the Dead, and her paintings are quite fairy tale in essence. It's like very mystical fantasy type works that she comes up with, but rooted from like Mexicans Day of the Dead. But it is very brilliant, her work. I really do enjoy it, and I did not realize that one of her bigger pieces is actually curved at the ends, like at the sides, and it was just like bringing that like atmospheric feeling to it, and it just standing in front of her work was absolutely gave me more feeling than standing in front of a Picasso. Like, that's how much I love Leonora Carrington's work. So yeah, that Leonora Carrington is my favorite painter, but I could not pick a favorite piece. But yeah, I remember seeing Love, Friendship and Rivalry in the Tate when I went to see it, and I was blown away by it. It's kind of from the Mexican culture where the dead come to feast, and it's just like this little picnic blanket of the spirits coming to have a picnic, and it's really gorgeous. And just her work is I think I just have a soft spot for surrealism. But yeah, Leonora Carrington, definitely worth looking up for this. So this book on dragons also features art of dragons. So this is probably the only book I have that features like art. Yeah, this is the only book that probably features art. I don't really keep art books. I'm more of I go to a gallery and I see the artwork. And if I do want to see the artwork on a book, I just go to the library and see if they have something. But it's fine. I don't really keep that kind of book on my shelf. I can't justify the expense at the moment, so yeah. So having that dual purpose one where it teaches me about how to draw dragons and give me dragons, that one would also work. Where am I at? There it is. Prompt 5. How to live with dragons. Do you cover by, and what are your favourite colours? What book or series did you enjoy that features dragons? Okay, so I do cover by from back when I was able to afford. I've got like my hardback shelf behind these plants, so I cover bought my hardbacks because they were so gorgeous. And now, because when I got out of uni, it became mostly secondhand books that I bought, and I'm still cover buying. Case in point, this this book right here, which is very shiny. I still cover buy some. I got very intrigued by the fox on the cover as well, and a ship whale, and it's shiny. It hit all of the points. My favourite colour is green. I'm not entirely sure I have that many books featuring the colour green besides A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I think I've featured too many Hunger Games books as it is. It's fine. I think the books that I do have that are green are ones I've not read yet. I mean, I did read Wind in the Willows, which was green, but I didn't keep it because I didn't enjoy it, but it's fine, totally fine, totally fine. When it comes to books that feature dragons, again, I've not read that much. I'm more of I've had a lot of stories that feature dragons that aren't books, but I think the first time I've read a book with dragons in it would probably be The Hobbit, with the great, and we all know Smaug. So it feels like a cop out really, but honestly I've not found that many stories that I've picked up with dragons in them. I've basically, I grew up with the games of dragons. I grew up watching movies and TV shows with dragons. The one that stands out in my mind is that from my teenagers was Merlin. Oh my god, Merlin is such a good, like, King Arthur retelling. It's so cool and I love it, and John Hurt makes a good dragon. Yeah, the other way I can slip in a book here is if I go from an offshoot of dragon, and that's like a cousin of the dragons, and that's wyverns. And you know, the wyverns are technically creatures similar to dragons, but they have 4 limbs, 2 legs, and 2 wings. Like Smaug from the Hobbit movies, because they didn't want to, you know, put too much effort into rendering it an actual 4-legged 2-winged dragon. Because dragons are 6-limbed, they have 4 legs and 2 wings. Not 2 legs and wings. No. But wyverns are part of the dragon family, so I'm going to weave in with that one. And that's Throne of Glass series. I'm pretty sure the wyverns come into it book 4, technically 5, because the prequel is kind of relevant. So Queen of Shadows, which is also the best book, like features wyverns, and they are part of this war machine from the enemy side. And so we've got these Iron Teeth witches, which are the most badass characters ever, which is probably why I kept reading, because Sarah J Maas was like, this was entirely quite a romantasy entry, and so I loved Sarah J Maas's horror elements to this. The suspense that we get in certain parts of this series, is brilliant. So in book 3, we are actually introduced to the true main character of the story, Man in Blackbeak. I don't like Selena. I don't like Aelin. I don't like the other characters in the main ensemble. I don't like the humans. I don't like the humans. What can I say? The humans and the Fae are annoying. Let's get back to the witches and the wyverns. Yeah. So I think there's like one good human, and that's Allied, because of her interactions with Manon in book 4, Queen of Shadows. It is or the Iron Teeth witches are badass. They have retractable teeth of pure iron that also have retractable claws. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. I would only recommend this series because of those wyverns and the witches. They are, just when you think the witches could not get any more badass from book 3, they get even more badass because they get the wyverns. They get handed wyverns. They're so cool. But the rest of the series is fine. It's fine. The lore is cool, but let's just face it, we're all here for the witches and wyverns. I did enjoy it, except for the romance. The romance just felt like... Prompt 6. Star magic. Do you have a favourite constellation? A favourite astronomy book? No, I don't. I know nothing about stars other than twinkly prettiness. Yeah. I'm not an astronomy person. No. I'm not. That's something that I haven't explored and don't plan to. Prompt 7. Chinese horoscope. A book about astrology or astronomy, a book or series that features the movement of stars and the planets. I don't have a book about it that I know of, but I do have plenty of books about stars and planets, mainly because I have a sci-fi collection. As a sci-fi nut, I'm also a Trekkie, and I have a few books on Star Trek, but for this prompt I'm going to pick a particular one. We Are Legion. We are Bob. So the Bobbyverse is basically if a Trekkie was able to download his brain into a computer and then have that be the savior of the potential savior of humanity because of a giant catastrophe that he's like launched into space to try and find a new home for the human race, because Earth is now uninhabitable. So Dennis E. Taylor has created this little scenario where you could like save humanity, but you're not human yourself because you are now a computer. And it's really cool. He's trying to, he goes out, looks at all of the planets that potential inhabitants. Some have life on them, some are uninhabited but can support life, and it's just so cool. And as the series has gone on, they come across different planets, different unique ways for humanity to survive, and it's even quite political, because they've even got like, they have to figure out who's going first in the lifeboats and who's gotta wait. And it is really good series. It's also very funny because Bob himself has to create this little virtual simulated room where he can try and operate in, just to get his mind to figure out things. So he's got this own little virtual control room for himself, and one of his replicants has the bridge of Star Trek's Enterprise and is calling himself Will Riker. It's so funny sometimes. And one of the other replicants is Homer Simpson sitting on the couch. It's so funny. But it is a really cool series. I think I need to catch up by one book, but the last book I read, it was about a particular I don't know how you call what I can't remember what you call it, but it's like this sphere that houses an atmosphere. But yeah, that is a really, really cool series, and that is my entry for this prompt, is Bobbyverse. Prompt 8 is just to tag others, and yeah, like last time, if you really enjoyed this tag and you've not done it, tag you're it. Goodbye to all you other wonderful weirdos watching!